So, welcome back. Today's video is a little bit different. You can probably notice that my video quality is a hell of a lot better. I've gone and bought myself a GoPro. I can film some better shots. I've wanted one for a while, so yeah, I bought myself one. So the video should be a lot better. Today, you say it'll be a bit different because I've come up after work. I haven't really got that much time, probably about an hour. So today's video will probably be more of me just showing you around the area. I've been camping close throughout the summer, and so I'll show you what my setup was like there. Yeah, and we'll have a look. So, like I said, I've only got about an hour, and this memory card is 32 gig and it only holds about half hour anyway, so I'll probably just end up filling the lot so you can just see everything I've been doing today. So this is actually the area where I've been camping a lot. You can see I've got a cutting board, a cutting block. I've just stuck some stakes just to hold it tighter. The ground is a little bit rocky, so it's quite hard to dig down if I was to do that, to hold it solid that way, but that was the best way, I thought. So with my camping, I think I maybe mentioned it, that I do a lot of hammock camping. So this is the two trees I use, this one and this one over here. Yeah, I did a lot over the summer. Obviously a lot of people have had a lot of time like I have, with being COVID and lockdown, to not being able to go out and do things. So yeah, I spent a lot of time up here. I haven't been off work, I've been working flat out. I'm an engineer, so yeah, production hasn't really stopped. We were in there, because everything locked down. I was in there, basically separated everyone so they could, or separated all the work areas so they could all keep a 2 meter distance, and yeah, just never stopped from there. So with this camp, this is my little camp area. It's quite good because you've got no wind here because of this wall, and it just keeps you nice and warm. So as you can see, all this has already come down because of this tree falling, so I was a little bit naughty and stole some for my little fireplace. So this is where I just hunker down, and yeah, I've been spending quite a few days throughout the summer and cooking and just chilling out. It's quite good because a lot of the heat reflects back, and then you've got the warmth from the wall keeping it all there, so it's all nice and warm. So what I have done as well, I collected a lot of silver birch. I just stuffed a load in there, so when I come up it's just ready to use and it's all nice and dry. So do cooking with a billy pot, a zebra billy pot, which is really useful. Cooking things like stews. I've even done fajitas and things. So I keep all my stuff here in the tree. It's not going to get noticed. You can see this has had a lot of use. It's black. It is actually split because of the heat. But yeah, it's really handy keeping everything hidden away. Don't have to really bring anything up with me, it's all here. And then with conjunction with that, I use this pot hanger which I made. It's all got all those beak notches, which is super useful to changing the height. So you can have a simmer or a rolling boil quite easily from that. And I'll just hang that back up there when I'm done with it, and then yeah, just camp out. One of my mates sometimes comes up, but obviously with the rulings at the minute we can't do nothing, so a little bit annoying. I put these couple of slabs down as well just to make it easier. When I take my shoes off I can get in and out of the hammock if it's a bit wet, but my socks are getting wet. But yeah, it's pretty nice. I spent a few nights here. The only thing is it's not really noisy, but you get owls, loads of owls here, which just shout so the whole night. So a couple of times I've been woken up. It was one morning back in June when it got really cold. I think it dropped to about 6 degrees overnight, and I woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning and it was freezing. So I just couldn't hold it in. I needed a wee. I had to get up, I was so cold I just couldn't sleep anymore. So basically I had to just like get out and start the fire again just to try and warm up. And I was using like a crappy 2-season sleeping bag, no under blanket on my hammock, and I was just freezing. So what I've done now is bought like an army Arctic bag, which is good. It's really warm, but it's so heavy and it's so big. It literally takes up all the room in my backpack. And I've got an underquilt from DD Hammocks that goes on my hammock, and yeah, it works really well. I haven't had a cold night since having that, but I haven't really been in colder than 6 with it. So maybe over the winter, if I do any winter camping, then yeah, I can test out how actually warm it is when it gets colder. And that's why one of my plans is to get this A-frame shelter up, so I can actually use that throughout the winter with a nice fire inside, so it keeps a lot of heat. Yeah, and it won't be cold overnight. So yeah, that is the plan with it. So I'll just turn it off quickly, and then when I get to the camp I'll start it again. See you in a minute. So I'm here. Like I said, this will just be a quick update of what's going on and the plans of what we want to do. I was going to do some digging, but like I said, I haven't really got that much time, so we'll see what happens. You see the pile is super big now. It's ridiculous how much has actually come out. So this is the space. This is nice and big. So the plan, like I said, basically all this will have beams all the way down there, and they'll dig these out, square them off a bit. So basically we'll bring them down into here and then backfill all this up with mud. So the trunks will be here with all this full of mud, so it's going to keep some heat in, no drafts coming in underneath, and hopefully keep it a bit more watertight. So the plan is with this back wall, obviously there's a chance of it coming down. So what I'm going to do is drive a load of stakes down, 3 I think, one in the corner, one there, and then build a wall with another set of stakes to hold them there, and then backfill it a little bit. So that'll stop that wall, and maybe do something similar just to face this off to make it look a bit nicer. Like I said last time, we cut these for the beds, so they'll be equally spaced out with notches cut out, and then runners down there for the beds, and then slats all the way along, so there'll be raised beds off the floor. So that should be pretty good. So yeah, next plan is to really, you can see, to have the same distance from there to the centre as here to the centre. We need to dig out there, so it's like another foot really, just to straighten this out, which will give us another load of room. So if you can imagine, from there up to the back, it's going to be all that room more for space inside. So the beds are going to be down this end, with the fire out there with openings at the top for the smoke to go out. So we'll see how that works. So this is all been taken down, it's all out the way. This one's next, and then like we said, there's a lot of timber here. Cut this into sections. This one, cut this into sections. That one, cut into sections. And we got a load of wood down there as well, including this one, which goes all the way down. And what we can do is all those branches and things, we can keep them, chuck them back on, and really hide it, so literally no one would be able to spot it at all. So yeah, that is the plan. So seeing as I am up here, I think I may as well do some digging. Yeah, may as well do some digging, so I'll yeah, do some of that now. I'm probably not going to do any digging today, to be honest. There's no point getting that dirty for, you know, the time is like 20 minutes to dig in, so what I'm going to do is just prep the area ready for tomorrow. I finish half day, so I get a load of time up here again, so we should get, I'm hoping, the footprint of all this. Can you imagine that going back another 1.5 feet or so? It's going to be really nice and wide. So yeah, get digging that. Hopefully that'll be done this weekend. Should imagine it should be. Cleared all the stones. Like I said, believe it or not, all of this come from what we've dug out. So these are all the flat stones. There's a lot of other stones, like round ones and things, that wouldn't be useful. So what I'm going to do is make use of this. And what I could do is I could use it to do something similar, like I showed you earlier. Like a nice half type of thing. The only thing is I don't really know if having a fire in an enclosed space like this is going to be like really bad without a chimney. That's one of the reasons why I'm building it up that end, because the roof actually slopes up that way. So I'm thinking if the fire was down this end, it would end up travelling and following the roof line all the way up there, which would just cover the whole cabin in smoke. Whereas if it's that end with like a little 2 openings either side up here, it could just let the smoke straight out. And if I'm using nice dry stuff, hopefully it wouldn't be super smoky. So yeah, that's the plan. Just hope it works. And maybe if I am feeling super adventurous, maybe I could do something cool, like an actual stone chimney all the way out. That'd be mad. But yeah, I won't get ahead of myself. But to be honest, I am doing, or we are doing better than I expected. The other person has been helping me. I haven't really introduced her, but it is my mum. She's out giving me a hand. So yeah, it's quite nice to have someone here that can help me out. So yeah, it's good. I'll do a little bit more pottering around and things. Yeah, and I'll just show you after what I've gone up to. Probably won't be up here much longer, but yep, I'll catch you in a minute. So, if anyone wanted just a quick update, if anyone wanted to know about the young do shovel, actually doing pretty good. Air just kept nice and good. Pick ends taking a battering on rocks and things. You see, literally the only thing that's wrong, it's lost some paint on the edge, but it hasn't deformed or anything, so it's pretty good. The only problem is, if you look, I don't know if you can see that moving. I can't actually tighten this up anymore, so I don't know whether the thread's got a bit dirty. So the only thing I'd say to the designers, if they were doing something about this, is make this thread under here longer, so you actually end up exposing the top thread, because I think it might be a bit gunked up or something. I can't actually tighten it up anymore. If I could back off more and actually drop off the thread, maybe you could clean that up and be able to get in there to allow you to do it back up. But literally, like, I literally can't do that anymore. And there's a load of play still, and it's rocking on that washer. Like, even if I just use this to give me some leverage and tighten it, see, still all that movement. So that's probably the only thing, but everything else is class. Really impressed because how cheap it was. Definitely wouldn't have been able to do any of this without it. It has been, like I said, a really good help. The other thing I should mention about that bucket, we did find it and the handle's broken off now, annoyingly, but that's another thing that we wouldn't have been able to do this with, because it's really hard. I think in the end, with this being quite like in the ground, a bit like a hobbit hole, it's going to be very warm. I think there's literally no wind at all, and it is dry. Like, there's no water seeping through the ground at all, no puddles. The ground's a bit wet because it's so open, so it's actually been raining quite a lot and dropping straight onto the ground. It's just been a lot of digging. It's a lot. I think it's been about a week yeah, about a week since we started. Like I said, this week I literally haven't been able to come up at all. I've been super busy in work. But yeah, we'd probably pretty much be done if I had a flat area and it was just cutting the wood. Like one of the other areas in the first video, if it was further up and just the flat part, yeah, we'd be done. Like it wouldn't, no messing about. But hopefully, like I said, with the fact that it is dug into the ground, the outer dimensions are going to be a lot smaller what something normally like this would be for a size inside. So yeah, hopefully we can chuck a load of earth on it, cover it up, especially up this further area. Like it's literally just going to be, what's that, ground level 3 foot from there to there, so there's not much sticking out at all. And if we can just grab a load of this and just cover it back over, and even use a load of the mud to try and cover it back over, like it'd be so warm and so well camouflaged, I don't think anyone would see it. And that's what we can do. We keep a load of this, chuck it back on, yeah, no one's going to see it. And it'd be pretty cool to have the door somewhere up here, open it up and you've got to step down into it. I just think anyone that comes and sees it is going to be really impressed. So yeah, that is the plan. So hopefully this weekend we can just get more done and start sticking some roof bars up, or roof timbers up. The plan with the roof timbers, I bought like 100 meters of some really cheap nasty paracord browns, which shouldn't stick out too much. So we'll put 2 up on either side and then lash them together so they can't slip up and down. So I know in a lot of other A-frame shelters where I've watched Mike do it from TA Outdoors, where you have to lean them so they all the pressure stays keeping everything up. And obviously if I stick a nice big lean on this, so it leans this way, it's going to be a big old gap in this area. So if I can try and keep it as straight as possible and just tie them, they're not going to slip, and also the ones next to it are all going to keep it in line. So with it being paracord, it shouldn't really degrade too quick. Like I said, it was like cheap nasty stuff, so I'm thinking 100 meters should be plenty to do that. And for the door, I'm thinking of using one of these roof timbers, cut a section out of it, so literally this would be facing the outside. If I cut an angle in there and then an opposite angle there, this part would just be able to pull in and out, so it wouldn't slip down and it wouldn't slip left or right. But to get into the cabin, you just lift this out, step inside and place it back on. Maybe I could put some kind of handle, something on you, carve it out so you can get a grip. So it'd literally be, you wouldn't even be able to tell at all. Instead of having something like if I got some hazel and weaved it together, it wouldn't be as warm and secure. Also, I think it'd stand out a little bit because it'd look a little bit man-made. Whereas something like that, which someone would turn up and not even know to get into it, they think it's just like a load of trees. So hopefully I can get it so good that you wouldn't even know it's here, even if you were up right on top of it. So that's the plan. So there's some other trees as well over there that are lying down, which I don't want to remove. I want to leave them there, so anyone coming that way would just be like, oh well, there's trees, there's nothing over there, can't walk that way. So yeah, that'll be it. Keep it nice and quiet here, compact. I'm just looking forward to when it's done and I can just chill out up here, light a fire, read a book and relax, cook some food. Yeah, that'd be good. And I really appreciate all the followers and keeping, I know my production value is shocking. I've been struggling with using CS4. I had an XP version which I think was from 2004. I literally couldn't get anything to work on it. My videos, I was originally filming on my phone, and all the videos like flipping upside down, it wouldn't export, it would yeah, it'd like render blank, and it was really doing my head in. So I managed to get a newer version, and it's like chalk and cheese. It's ridiculous how well it works. So that's why these other videos have been coming up so quick. So from shooting and starting, I think it was about 5 days before I could even get a video up, and I was just messing around with it so much. Yeah, it was crazy, really hard work. I was getting really annoyed, but now, as you can see, the first 2 videos are really quick. I really want to try and space them out. I've got the third video done, but I just don't want to put it out yet because I want to space it out and let people enjoy the first 2 videos and make them keen to watch. So yeah, that's how that's going. But hopefully now I've got this GoPro, my production value will go up a little bit. My title screen I'll have to reshoot, which should be on this video, to be honest. I don't know what I'm going to do, but yeah, it should be good. Yeah, it's gone blank, can't think of anything else to say. But yeah, I do appreciate everyone watching. Just enjoy some of the stuff I'm doing. Like I said, I'd love for you to comment, give me some advice, what's going on, what you've been up to. And maybe after all this lockdown is done, maybe, yeah, we can start sharing some experiences together and doing some things. So it'd be cool. Right, I'm gonna clean up, get some things done, and I'll catch you in a minute. Just walking back through my normal camp. I'm not sure if I'm going to be camping again this year, but we'll see. But next time I do, I'll do an overnighter and I can show you my setup, how I set up my tarp, my hammock, and my cooking area and things. So that'll be quite cool for some of you to see. Like I said, normally up here by myself, chilling out. But yeah, I just thought it'd be a cool little idea just to show you guys some of the stuff I've got, the techniques I use and things like that. So yeah, it'd be cool to have you along for that. Let me know what you think. Just a last quick one before I go, as I'm walking back through the woods. If there's any suggestions or things you think I could do differently in my videos, don't be scared, but feel free to message or leave any messages and comments so I can reply. Give me ideas of what you think I should do, what I can do better, what you'd like to see. Like I said, I haven't done these videos before. This is my first channel. It's a bit weird speaking to a camera, but I feel like I'm getting a bit more into it, a bit more comfortable. Yeah, just let me know what you think. Awesome. I'll hopefully the next video there will be loads more done. So fingers crossed we can get the digging done and yeah, start putting the roof up this weekend. I want to try and get everything cut before I start putting it up because I think it'll be a bit obvious we're half the roof up. I'd like to get as much cut as I could. And yeah, we'll go from there. Get our retaining wall up. Yeah, we think we'll be on to a winner. So have a good one and enjoy it. Have a good day, night, whatever time it is for you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.